What's up, shit? Tim movies here. Now, 2025 saw lots of really like obviously there was a lot of anime movies this year. I already that list here, but there was also some live action, some really good live action family movies this year. So here is my official top 10 favorite live action family movies of 2025. All right, coming in at number 10 is one of the rare times A24 put out a family film, and that is The Legend of Ochi. Now, I actually missed this one hit theirs by caught it on online earlier this year, and I thought it was pretty decent. I mean, the look of the Ochi I thought was pretty good. Helena's Zango I thought was great. William Dafoe, Finn Wolfhard. And if you guys don't know much about the story, it is a fantasy film that tells the story of a farm girl on a fictional Black Sea island who discovers a wounded baby primate like creature and works to return it to his family. And again, it is a really remarkable story. It is very heartfelt, touching. Helena's Zango, I thought did such a great job as the role of Yuri. It's such a really nice little film if you guys haven't seen it. All right, number 9 is not a great film, but I actually had a little fun with it, and that is a Minecraft movie. Again, it's not that great of a film or anything, but I thought it was pretty decent. Of course, more better than the trailers made it out to be, I will say. It was again pretty fun. It was an entertaining one. Jack Black as Steve, I thought was pretty fun. And seeing Jennifer Coolidge pop up was pretty cool. It was a pretty decent film, say at least. And of course, obviously, we do got a sequel, and I feel like the sequel might actually end up being better, but who knows? All right, coming in at number 8 is The Senior. Now, I do actually have two family-based, faith-based movies on here. And number 8 is The Senior about about this former quarterback named Mike who returns to his alter matter to take a hit that changed everything here, and he becomes like a 50-something-year-old uh, linebacker here. Micah Chiklis, I thought really did such a good job. It was really inspiring, really fascinating. I mean, like it was released by Angel Studios, who's not really the best studio, nothing like that. They do put out some hit and misses. And this is actually one of the few films they actually put out that I actually thought was pretty decent. I mean, it's not really a film like if you don't want to see this because they'll preach you, blah blah blah. To be honest, the seniors. I feel like even if you're not a fan of Christian movies or anything like that, you can really get into the senior. It's definitely like those. It doesn't have like much Christian values. Like there are like some preaching here and there, but it is more about like if you're more into like the football film genre, you'll definitely appreciate this. All right, number 7 is another faith-based movie, and that is So on Fire. This movie was much better than Had Intentions of Being. It's about this kid named John O'Leary who survives a terrible accident and grows into a man. And of course he has second-degree burns all around his body and stuff. This movie was really good. I mean, it has a little preaching, I guess, but it is a really decent one. Joe Courtney from those Kissing Booth movies was pretty good. John Corbett, William H. Macy was terrific here. I thought it was a really decent, solid film. Definitely one of the better faith-based movies I've seen in the past 7 years. I mean, such a really surprise. I did not really expect to even enjoy this movie as much as I did, but it is a really well worth a watch. All right, number 6 is going to be unpopular to say, but number 6 is Snow White. I enjoy Snow White more than most people did. I mean, yes, I would admit Gal Gadot was the weakest link, but if you take Gal Gadot out of it, I still thought it was like Rachel Zegler was great. I did not mind the dwarfs at all. I like the song. Waiting on a Wish. So why is that not getting much Oscar consideration? That's a really good song there, but I thought that was a really decent one in my opinion. All right, number 5 is Paddington in Peru. It's not as good as the other Paddington movies, but I still thought Paddington Peru definitely was a really solid one. Really love Antonio Banderas as like the villain this time around. I mean, it's really hard to top the likes of Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant, but I really thought he did such a good job here. Hugh Bonneville, of course, was great. Emily Mortimer, replacing Sally Hawkins, I thought was pretty good as a mother. I really had a fun time with this installment. All right, number four is How to Train Your Dragon. Of course, a live action remake of the DreamWorks film. I really thought How to Train Your Dragon was a really solid remake. I loved everything about it. I thought Mason Thames was great. Nico Parker, Gerard Butler was really good. It was really entertaining, endearing. Love the fantasy aspects. It's a really decent one. I guess you could say How to Train Your Dragon is like, just look at it as Game of Thrones for kids. That's what I really think of it. Like a PG Game of Thrones. All right, number three is Freakier Friday. Of course, obviously the follow up to Freaky Friday. I really enjoyed Freakier Friday. I thought like seeing Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis come back was pretty cool. Of course, obviously the ones who played the Doris was really, Lindsay's Doris was pretty decent as well. Obviously callback to the original was good. I really had a fun time with this one. Number two is Lilo and Stitch. I really quite enjoyed Lilo and Stitch a lot. I love the way Stitch looked. I really liked how the surrounding looked. Maya Kaloa I thought was really good as Leo. It's definitely a really decent one, and I'm definitely looking forward to see the follow-up whenever that comes out. And my number one pick is Wicked for Good. Of course, Wicked for Good, the follow-up to part two of 2024's Wicked. I thought Wicked for Good was a decent follow-up. Ariana Grande was just as good. Cindy Rivo was great. I still don't know if it's as better as the first film, but I still thought it was great. Like, seeing of course seeing Dorothy from afar, that was interesting. I mean, the music of course was great. I thought it was a really good one there, and they're talking about possibly doing more Wicked movies. We'll see if that happens or not. But hey, Wicked for Good's a really decent one there. But that's pretty much it. Here is my quick rundown. Number 10, The Legend of Ochi. 9, a Minecraft movie. 8, The Senior. 7, Soul on Fire. 6, Snow White. 5, Paddington Peru. 4, How to Train Your Dragon. 3, Freakier Friday. 2, Lilo and Stitch. And number 1 is Wicked for Good. Now, there are loads of other ones I could have included. Let's see. The Disney Plus film of Alexander the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Road Trip is another good one. I should have included this one actually, but I totally forgot. A Very Jonas Brothers Christmas. That was actually pretty decent there. Pretty fun. Gabby's Dollhouse was okay. Dora the Search for El Dorado was a pretty decent one. I mean, there was some pretty good live action family movies last year, but let me ask you guys, what are some of your favorite live action family movies of 2025? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Tim Sire.